GMGM friends. Let me hit the recording. All right, GMGM friends. If someone can start the Gotchi recording bot so we can get the audio recording up and running, be greatly appreciated. Oh, thank you, Goobs. Just as a reminder, as people stream in, the hangout today, I think going forward, we're going to reserve it for 30 minutes because Coder Dan has papa duties. He has to take care of little Coder Dan. So the second half of the first hour will begin the hangout, the dower rather, and we will start off with Coder Dan for that. We could still run the dower as long as we like, but just want to start it a little earlier so that we can help Dan out since he has to, take care of his child. Good morning, Dan.
Hey, good morning, guys. How's it going?
How's everything going?
All good on my side.
Good.
Just made it just in time. Was putting the little one down. He's starting to
Is
fall
the
asleep
baby
now.
on like a normal sleep schedule now, or is it still kind of all over the place?
Pretty much. He's been sleeping like he'll wake up once during the night usually, like around 2 or 3 a.m. and then go back to sleep and sleep until like 6, 5 or 6. Usually he'll go to bed around 8 to 10 p.m. So it kind of varies. Yeah, he's really on the Gotchi schedule pretty much. Earn that kinship. Join you. That's funny. But yeah, he's doing well.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this week because my son's coming to spend the summer with me in Nashville. So he comes on Thursday. So he sleeps normally. I'm gonna have
Yeah.
to get him to switch his diet up a little bit. Try to get him on more of like a workout routine and eating protein versus like cereal and snacks all the time. So we're gonna undo everything his mom has done in the course of the next 6 weeks.
Right. Are you on like a specific any specific diet that you do? Just kind of workout routine, like low carbs, high protein.
Yeah, that's the goal. That's always the goal, but I end up eating like a decent amount of pizza. But yeah, just like
Right.
less processed food, more stuff that I cook at home. A lot of like chicken and rice and the veggies and some fruits, and then eggs in the morning. Where he's more like he wants a bowl of like the super
Give me
sweet
my
sugar
cinnamon toast
cereal.
crunch.
Yeah, so I gotta like transition him. It's gonna probably be a shock for him at first, but like, hey, we're eating eggs for breakfast every day with like maybe a like huevos ranchero thing, like with a little bit of rice and some beans and throw in some meat.
Ah, nice. I found that muesli was it kind of fits the box of like cereal, but it's a little bit healthier. The Europeans know all about muesli, I'm sure. But granola or muesli is a nice kind of middle ground.
Yeah, figure some oatmeal too, because I do have oats that he can eat, and I do have I like to eat yogurt. That's my good like little hack right there. So he's gonna get a good dose of yogurt and fruits. You want
Greek
something sweet?
yogurt,
Here's some
that's the bomb. Yeah, Greek yogurt's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it should be good. And there's I found out there's a community center near me with like a swimming pool. There's a couple of them like in walking distances. So I'm gonna try to get him, we're gonna play basketball, lift some weights, do some calisthenics, but get him swimming, just more active. He's like a 14-year-old gamer kid. So he's lives a very like chill at home. Like he's like
Yeah,
me when I was younger. He doesn't want to go out and like do things. He just wants to play his video game. So I'm also gonna have him grind on Gotchi Guardians for me as well.
there you go. Yeah, start getting this that Guardian XP. Yeah, I was the same way. I would just play. I would sit inside. I'd play Final Fantasy VII and all these PlayStation games. Crash Bandicoot, Final Fantasy VII, um, Wild Arms, if anyone knows that game, and then I'd play Diablo and Heroes of Might and Magic, and that was basically my summers growing up. Pretty nice. I didn't really go to the beach or go to the pool or anything. Sat inside with AC all summer. It was pretty nice actually.
Yeah, I mean,
Dude,
he
Heroes of
lives in
Might and Magic
Virginia
is
now.
the goat. Yeah. Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yeah, so he's like, it's not gonna be like here in Nashville. It's probably gonna be a lot hotter. I haven't been to Virginia in a while, but he lives near Virginia Beach, so he's probably beach used to go into the beach. Where we have the closest thing really is the lake here. So, we'll
Yeah.
go to a pool a lot, but he's gonna be, he likes to walk around with me, but it's hot, so he's gonna have to just be able to sweat it out.
All right. Well, get into a little bit of stuff for y'all. First thing, let's see, is Golden Cross on the call yet? No, not yet. We have been working diligently on the base Sepolia. The Gonna get the link for you guys here. Hopefully, I think this link will work. The base Sepolia updates. We shared it last week. There's not, I wouldn't say there's a ton of changes, but I think the biggest thing that's working now is portals. You can now open your portals that you had on base Sepolia. There is still testing going on with that. I think we also are working on one kind of final code refactor that I've been wanting to do forever, which is going to help us simplify how the bazaar works like a lot, and save a ton of gas, and also allow us to easily whitelist collections as we either add our own or partner collections, or whatever, to expand the bazaar on base. So that change is going to go in next week. I did a pretty big overhaul and sprint on that. So that's not in this release yet. I mean, you won't really notice anything either. But we did get, I think it's in this build, the Gotchi Guardians collection is now also working on base Sepolia. We have not cloned the assets yet for Guardians on the base Sepolia, so you won't really see them in there. But the collection itself is actually there. And you know what? Maybe I can go. I'll go ahead and uh, list something for sale just for fun. I listed something earlier, and I think Zbot bought it. Zbot, did you buy it? Let me get the wallet that has some stuff in it. And yeah, we're making good progress. Pretty much all the issues related to the SVGs, I think those are being investigated. I don't think the fix has been pushed yet, but we're getting close on that. That was very helpful. And yeah, just as you guys are going through, open it up. The main thing is just check your assets and see if everything kind of lines up with what you expect to have in your inventory. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna list a winter prong meadow skin. Let's see who can get it first. It does take. There's two things you gotta have. You gotta have some base Sepolia ETH, and you gotta have a little bit of Ghost. So on base Sepolia, I'll drop the links to those here in a moment after I approve this NFT to be listed. And I got a little bit more news after this. Timmy is a Sepolia insider. Yeah. Okay, so the winter prong meadow skin. It does take thing with Sepolia for some reason. It does take a few minutes for the subgraphs to update. I'm not really sure why. I think it's just, I don't know, so base Sepolia. It's not going to be like that on base. So it does take about 3 to 4 minutes, I think, to update the subgraph. So any changes you do, like if you pet your Gotchi on Sepolia, it will take a few minutes for some reason. We did reach out to Alchemy and be like, hey, could you guys get that fixed? But I don't think it's not really on their priority at the moment. But it will eventually work. So that's that. Goobs, if you have the links handy, do you think you could drop the links to the Ghost contract if people want to mint their own Ghost? I can find it, but it's going to take me a second. And let's see. The other big thing is the team. We did a sprint in the Gotchi verse this week, kind of a not an emergency, but like a rapid fire sprint. And we got 2 memorials done in the Gotchi verse. I was gonna wait and see if Golden Cross was around to talk about it, but I don't think he's on yet. We have memorials for Hardcore. He's in District 1. And we have memorial for T-Bird. He is in the farming parcel. When you go and farm your parcel, he doesn't appear every time, but he will occasionally appear. And I'm gonna let you guys go find those images or pictures in the Gotchi verse. I'm not gonna spoil the surprise for you, but yeah, it's I think it's pretty cool. So that was kind of a quick thing that the team was able to get done within a week. Didn't really. It was mainly all Eris. Eris is our Super Chad 3D Unity dev. Also been with us since the early days of Gotchiverse 2D. He was able to crank that out, and also Robson was able to generate the graphics. I think they were the main guys involved. Maybe Stellar Hobbs. Did you have any? I think he might have also done something as well. But yeah, it's a big team effort getting that done. I told everyone I want to have this memorial, these things done for our fallen friends this week. So yeah, I think it's cool because like they both had pretty iconic gotchis, and when you see them, you can't miss them. So who's gonna be the first one to find Hardcore? Let's see. In other news, just going through my list here. We're definitely going to highlight this on socials. Also had some good news. This is kind of cool. I'll drop a screenshot here in a moment. So for those who know, if you know, you know. Yeah, Goobs is working on a memorial video as well. This is kind of cool. Anyone know what this is? Yeah, it's getting steamy. It's getting steamy in here. Took a while. It was a lot of various things that had to be done, but yeah, we finally did get Gotchi Guardians is officially. It's not, the store is not like live yet, but we applied for the membership to become a Steam partner, and after I think a week or two, we're finally able to get that. So that's pretty cool. Pretty pumped about that. We're actively building out the storefront for Gotchi Guardians now, and gonna try and get it live like pretty much as soon as possible, so we can start getting organic people just stumbling across it while they're looking for tower defense. Searching for Bloons TD, and you come across Gotchi Guardians. You're like, what is that? Click on it, and suddenly you're playing this sick little game by Jason Slama. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Team is working on a little bit of new concept art that's going to help go into the store there. So assuming that they don't ban us for being an NFT project, like we got to kind of keep that under wraps a little bit. That's just the way the world is right now. Unfortunately, with Steam, assuming that we don't get banned for that, we'll be doing a Steam launch here fairly soon, which is really exciting. And let's see. Yeah, Goobs dropped the link for Sepolia Ghost. And if you don't have any Sepolia ETH, there is a faucet you can use. It's like a POW faucet. So that's the way to get ETH if you don't have any Sepolia ETH. Most people probably don't. Alchemy also has a faucet. If you have an account on Base that has a little bit of ETH in it, you can also use the Alchemy faucet to get Sepolia Base Sepolia ETH. Personal 4. And let's see. In other news, the gifts are still they're climbing. We're up to 7.3 million views so far on the gifts. Pretty happy with that. Zbot's working on a little banger. Zbot, do you want to give a preview of the one that we keep going back and forth on? It makes me smile every time I see it. The screenshot that we're working on. You also made a sticker for it. And let's see. Those are the main things that I wanted to cover. There it is. So funny. The cup. What is that behind the cup, Siva? Is that his buttons? The white dots? I just noticed those. Yeah. That's gonna be our new GM GIF. Until the market turns back up. That'll be the new GM GIF. Hopefully there's no World War III, but if there is, we got a perfect GIF for it. Okay, well that's pretty much all I have in terms of news. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. We'll have the GBM guys are going to be coming on, I think, in a couple weeks to talk about the GBM activation and the kind of the air flop, as they're calling it, that they're going to be doing. I'm pretty happy and excited for that. I think we're probably the biggest users of GBM in the world, I think. So Gotchi Gang should eat pretty well. A little nice retroactive airdrop or air flop for, hopefully it's not an air flop, more like an airdrop or air pump for Gotchi Gang. Anything going on for NFT NYC? Not that I know of. We're a bit light this year. There's just so much going on with market kind of being weird, and Pixelcraft. We have done quite a bit of downsizing to ensure that burn stays reasonable, and we're able to keep shipping throughout for a good while here. But I think we were talking about on one of the calls, there were some people in NFT going to NFT NYC. Honestly, it's not my favorite event. I think it's quite kind of like it's been kind of washed out for quite a few years now. I think when we were there last time, we had an event there. That was like the last year. It was cool, I think. but maybe that's just my opinion.
Yeah, we were discussing as Gotchi greeters sending like basically for me to go and be at some of the events, but the logistics of moving around the arcade machine would be a nightmare in New York,
Yeah,
especially without like a
try,
car or a
trying
truck
to get a
to move
cab
it.
with that.
Yeah, it's just not going to happen. So the other thing is we have to coordinate because Light Piglet still has the arcade machines. We have to figure out where it's going because he has like a timetable when he needs it out by. So we have to kind of discuss that. I've considered having it shipped to my house, but I don't really know what I would do with it because I also don't have a car, so moving it around would be pretty difficult for me. I can store it though, like that shouldn't be a problem.
Oh yeah. Speaking of just back to the base migration, we also got fake gotchis. Let me see. Let me get a link that you guys can look at. Fake gotchis is also going to be migrating to base, and let me just find the link that. Uh, so one of our devs has been working on porting it over to the new third web login, and also porting it over to work on base Sepolia. So I think I have a deployment. I haven't personally tested it yet. My time has just been a little bit more limited than than usual. So I've been relying heavily on the team to help test things. But obviously, before we do our final deployment, I'll be all over that. But here is, yeah, Goobs, you got it. I wasn't sure if people can open it, but yeah, this is the link. Again, I'm not totally sure. I think it's working. I mean, they were saying it's working. This is supposedly on base Sepolia. So give it a shot. Let us know. Let me know if it works. And if not, we'll be putting final touches on it next week. This is kind of its own website that needs to be managed. Uh, but yeah, this will be launching together with the DApp on base when we finally do the migration. I don't think it's we're not too much farther along, for further away from the migration. It's and we'll talk about part of the potential activities that we can do for that migration as well when we get into the DAO part. I'm happy if you guys want to begin. Happy to start talking about that now, or we can wait a couple more minutes.
I'm fine with pivoting towards the Dower. I just need Choina to drop the meme so I can stop the recording and
Right.
restart it.
Okay. Oh, I don't know if maybe Slama might kill me, but I also wanted to show this little preview to you guys. Sorry, Choinya. I preempted you here. This will be my last thing, but this is the. I don't know if this is the latest one. It was the latest screenshot I saw of the third map that's coming to Gotchi Guardians. The final map that will be shipping with the Steam build, called Rickety River. Pretty sick. It's got its own strategy and its own look. It's got lots of greens, lots of blues. Beautiful map. And they did it in quite. It's like it hasn't taken that long to make, which is really encouraging. Makes me think we can really start, shipping maps, new content faster. Every time we do an iteration, it gets faster and faster. So it's pretty sweet. Okay, let's jump into the dower here. Thank you, Choinya.